Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com tonight from Fort Morgan High School. It's the opening round of the 4A state tournament as the 18-seeded Fort Morgan Mustangs take on the 47-seed, the Longmont Trojans. I'm John Beltran, and welcome to what is an elimination game here for both teams as you get to state basketball tournament play. The Mustangs come into the game on an 11-game winning streak, champions of the Colorado 7. They are 16, make it 17-6 overall. And as for Longmont, the 47 seed, they are 10-13, but a pretty good team out of the Northern Conference. They were 7-7 in league play, 10-13 again on the season. But the number one team in their league, Centaurus, 20-3 on the year. They defeated Centaurus, handing them one of their 3 losses during the regular season. So this is no cakewalk tonight for the Mustangs, who, of course, are expecting a big night here from Haley Lewis, averaging nearly 20 points a game. And Riley Bolt, the leading scorer here for Longmont, averaging just over 11 points a game. And down low, Jenna Moore, averaging 9.9 points a game for Longmont. The winner of this game will take on Widefield, a 15 seed, coming up on Friday. And that game will be in Colorado Springs. We'll have it on B106 and B106.com if the Mustangs can win this game. All right, let's send it downstairs for the playing of tonight's national anthem. Let's send it downstairs now for the starting lineups of tonight's basketball game between Longmont and Fort Morgan.
Junior, Annika Webster. Number 12, Junior, Tara Hitchcock. Number 21, Junior, Shaylee Gray. Number 22, Junior, Ashley Dillo. Number 24, Junior, Tana Arce. Number 34, Junior, Bergen Ingolson. And number 23, Senior, Mariah Montez. Now, reserves for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Number 1, sophomore, Autumn Wheatley. Number 11, sophomore, Lauren Keller. Number 33, sophomore, Allie Bauman. Number 34, sophomore, Destiny Pelton. Number 54, sophomore, Chloe Marlongo. Number 3, junior, Whitney Frasco. And number 32, junior, Kelsey Klaus.
All right, now to the starting lineups tonight.
Number 4, 5'6" senior, 5'9" senior, Department. And number 30, 5'3" senior, Riley Bolton. Coaching the Trojans is Mike Knauss, assisted by Will Kingsbury and Hannah Kingsbury. And now, the starters for your Fort Morgan Mustangs. Number 5, 5'8" sophomore, Allie Christensen. Number 12, 5'6" junior, Maddie Griffin. Number 10, 5'8" senior, Kelsey Shaver. Number 14, 5'10" senior, Callie Shaver. And number 30, 5'10" senior, Haley Wood. Coaching Los Angeles, Andy Jones, assisted by Dennis Murphy.
All right, so once again, recapping the starters for tonight. Samantha Wiley, Emma Carney, along with Sydney Fixmer, Eva DePanier, and Riley Bolt for Longmont. And for the Mustangs, Allie Christensen, Kelsey Shaver, Maddie Griffith, Hallie Shaver, and Haley Lewis. A senior laden team, actually, for both teams. Opening tip is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with their home, car, health, or life insurance questions, or provide a quote. That's Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. A loud student crowd here for the Mustangs, and probably filled maybe 40% capacity. The tip is controlled by Longmont, and with the basketball's Riley Bolt near the top there to DePanier. Back out to Wiley. Wiley against Allie Christensen on the outside right to Fixmer. Fixmer lobs it down low for Carney, right baseline, back out to Fixmer. Here is Samantha Wiley on the outside left. Back out over there to Riley Bolt, the 5'4" senior point guard. Bolt near the top over to Samantha Wiley. Back out to Fixmer, now to Wiley. Wiley fakes a three, lobs it down low for Carney. She kicks it back out for Bolt. She'll take the long three, and it's off to the left. And the rebound is controlled by Maddie Griffith of the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Long baseball pass to Christensen. She puts it up and in. A little rainbow from 7 feet away on the right baseline. Allie Christensen scores. That bucket brought to you by Cargill Meat Solutions. Nearly a steal in the backcourt. And Samantha Wiley trying to dribble out of traffic, that is, gets it across the timeline. The lob on the left baseline is taken by Fixmer, dribbling back out over there to Samantha Wiley. Wiley at the free throw line, fakes that shot. Now to Fixmer on the outside left, 2-0 Fort Morgan. 6:50 to go here in the opening quarter in this opening round of the 4A state tournament. On the outside left, Fixmer looking down low. The Mustangs playing outstanding defense on the outside right here. Samantha Wiley guarded by Christensen. Back out on the outside left, Riley Bolt. At the free throw line, there is DePanier on the high right to Fixmer. Fixmer lobs it down low to DePanier, turns, banks, and misses badly. And the rebound into the hands of Maddie Griffith. Her second long baseball pass is poked away, taken by Lewis, left baseline. And she banks and scores to the left of the basket. Haley Lewis has given the Mustangs a 4-0 lead. And they apply the pressure in the backcourt with 6:10 to go here in the opening quarter. Pass out in the front court to Carney. Carney, right baseline, Fixmer, 10-footer is off the back of the rim, and the ball is loose. It's picked up over there by Riley Bolt. They reset on the offense for Longmont. Bolt on the high right, over to Fixmer, well behind the three-point line. At the free throw line for DePanier, down low, Carney banks and scores. That's Fixmer instead. Wide open was Fixmer, 4-2 in favor of Fort Morgan. Backcourt pressure being applied by both teams. Allie Christensen still in the backcourt. Across the timeline to Griffith. Now hands it off over to Shaver. With the basketball is Hallie Shaver. Shaver at the top of the outside right to Christensen. Guarded by Wiley. Bodied up, no whistle. And then she throws it right into the hands of DePanier. First turnover of the game. Longmont looking to tie. Samantha Wiley at the top of the basketball. 5:22 to go, opening quarter. Fort Morgan 4, Longmont 2. DePanier at the top of the outside left to Bolt. Guarded over there by Hallie Shaver. On the high right, Wiley behind the three-point line, picked up by Christensen. Now to DePanier at the free throw line. Back on the high left to Fixmer. Fixmer against Griffith. Boy, the Mustangs are guarding all the cutters. Long three is in and out, missed by Bolt. But the rebound, DePanier, she banks and misses, and she's fouled. DePanier to the line to shoot two. That's the first whistle this game. And the foul was committed by Allie Christensen. Can't get her into foul trouble. And to the line will be DePanier. Make Stubbs Gas and Oil your next stop heading out of town during your visit. You can gas up your vehicle, sit down to lunch, get snacks and your hunting and fishing licenses. That's at Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. First free throw is good. Second free throw, DePanier is off to the right, and the ball is loose, and on a hop, it is picked up by Kelsey Shaver. On the outlet to Hallie Shaver. 4:49 to go, first quarter. Fort Morgan 4, Longmont 3. Outside left with the basketball is Griffith, guarded by Bolt. Dribbles towards the left corner, picks up the dribble. Lob left baseline to Lewis. Turns, shoots, and scores off the glass. Not an easy shot for Lewis from about 8 feet away, but she's got 4. And the Mustangs lead 6-3. 4.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Left baseline to DePanier, 5-footer, yes. DePanier scores for Longmont. 6-5 Mustangs. In the backcourt is Hallie Shaver. Shaver with the basketball to Griffith, crossing the timeline to Kelsey Shaver. Kelsey Shaver setting up the offense to the high right to Christensen. Christensen dribbling towards the corner. Baseball pass to Lewis. Little 6-footer, good. Right inside the lane, and Haley Lewis is red hot. She's 3 for 3. And the Mustangs, with 4 minutes to go in the first, lead 8-5. Here's DePanier, left baseline, dribbles to her right. Looked like she traveled, then tied up by Griffith. And that'll be Fort Morgan basketball as the possession arrow is pointing in their direction. Yeah, if Lewis comes out even stronger here, as the timeout is called by Mike Noss, the head coach of the Trojans. Obviously, he's got to have a game plan here to neutralize Haley Lewis. She's had 2 open looks. The other one was contested. As Fort Morgan is in the lead by a score of 8-5, 3:57 to go in the opening quarter. After the timeout was called by Longmont. No substitutions made as of yet. Both teams back onto the court. And to throw it in for the Mustangs will be Allie Christensen. Haley Lewis has 6 of the 8 points for Fort Morgan. In the backcourt, gets it into Hallie Shaver. Now to Griffith, still in the backcourt, over to Shaver. Little 1-2-2 press there. Lobs it at the top for Lewis. On the left wing, here's Maddie Griffith, 15-footer off the back of the rim. The rebound and the shot is up and missed over there by Hallie Shaver. And the rebound is taken away by Emma Carney. Across the timeline with the basketball is Riley Bolt on the outside left, just into the game. Annika Wetterstrom. Down low to DePanier, double team. Looked like she traveled, no whistle. Outside left, Bolt. She'll take the 3, good. And the game is tied at 8 as she drills the triple. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Baseball pass is poked away, and it's intercepted by Wetterstrom. Here comes Wetterstrom the other way. In the right corner, Bolt fakes the 3, steps to her left, takes the 16-footer, air ball. Haley Lewis has the basketball for the Mustangs. Lewis on the outlet. Here is Shaver. Shaver at the top. On the outside right to Christensen. Fakes the 3, steps in. Back out to Shaver. And Kelsey will reset. Allie Christensen looking. Her pass nearly stripped away. Griffith has it. On the outside left, penetrating left baseline. Shot is blocked over there, but Haley Lewis has it. And then she had it blocked. She goes back and she's fouled as she misses. Hallie Shaver missed the first shot. Lewis the second shot. But Lewis to the line. And the foul was committed by Emma Carney, her first. And now the free throw to be attempted, the first of 2 by Haley Lewis. And that one is up and perfect. The Mustangs in this position lost 1 year ago by 4 points to Canyon City. They want to reverse that outcome this year. Second free throw for the senior, scored 7 points, is good as well. Fort Morgan 10, Longmont 8. 2.5 to go here in the opening quarter, the opening round of the 4A state tournament. On the outside left is Fixmer, guarded by Griffith. At the top now, DePanier. On the outside right, Riley Bolton lobs it down low. DePanier had the shot partially blocked by Maddie Griffith. Away with the basketball is Lauren Keller. Long baseball pass to Haley Lewis. She puts it up and misses badly. Tried to back it in. Riley Bolt has the rebound. Bolt across the timeline at the free throw line, left of the lane, has going to back it out behind the three-point line. Outside right, Wetterstrom steps in, dribbles, jump pass to Fixmer. Fixmer fakes. Outside right, Bolt, right wing three is around and no good. DePanier rebound is fouled as she went back up. And that might be Lauren Keller. Nope. It's going to be Kelsey Shaver committing the foul. DePanier to the stripe. For the Mustangs up 10-8, a minute 55 to go here in the opening quarter. And the free throw is up and good. DePanier now with 4. Second free throw upcoming for Ava DePanier. She can tie the game at 10 with a made free throw. That one is up and that one is in and out. And there's a tie-up for the rebound. That'll stay with Longmont. Both number 10s. Kelsey Shaver of Fort Morgan and Annika Wetterstrom of Longmont to throw it into Panier on the offensive end. In the left corner to Fixmer, back out to Bolt. Bolt dribbles towards the top on the high right. Here is Wetterstrom. Now to Bolt straight away. Bolt dribbles to her right. A minute 40 to go in the opening quarter. Fort Morgan 10, Longmont 9. On the outside left, Fixmer with the basketball. Holds the ball up high. Guarded by Lauren Keller. Gets a pick. Outside right, Bolt at the free throw line straight away. Fixmer 3 is off the back of the rim. Long rebound controlled by Maddie Griffith. Griffith already with her third rebound. Across the timeline, here is Hallie Shaver. Shaver crossover dribble. Gets a pick from Allie. Maintains the dribble. Retreating towards midcourt. A minute 13 to go in the opening quarter. On the outside left, Shaver picks up the dribble. Got to look for a teammate. Cross-court Keller. She'll take the 3. Good! Lauren Keller drills the triple. And the Mustangs lead by 4. It's 13-9, Fort Morgan. At the top, Riley Bolt behind the three-point line. Back out to Fixmer. 52 seconds to go in the first. Fixmer with the basketball. Gets a pick. At the top now for Wetterstrom. On the outside left, Riley Bolt guarded by Kelsey Shaver. Cross-court pass is taken by Fixmer. Dribbles to her right towards the corner. Maintains the dribble. Back out to Bolt. Lobs it near the right baseline to DePanier. She's double-teamed. Now to Fixmer. Right wing 3 is off the... Oh, it's good! It hit the back of the rim and the ball died. And it fell through there for Fixmer. I've never seen that. 13-12, 22 seconds to go. It's like it had glue on it. Keller dribbles by 2 and then lobs it front court to Shaver on the outside left. Maddie Griffith telegraphed the pass and it's intercepted by Emma Carney. Mustangs commit their third turnover. The other way, Bolt with the basketball. They'll look for the final shot. 6 seconds to go in the first. Now to Wetterstrom with 4. Back out to Bolt with 3. With 2. Dribbles towards the top. A 25-foot 3 is an air ball. And that's the end of the opening quarter with the score. Fort Morgan 13. Longmont 12. You're listening to the 4A State Tournament on B106 and B106.com. John Beltran back at Fort Morgan High School. Let's begin the second quarter of this opening round 4A State Tournament game. Fort Morgan Lady Mustangs lead Longmont 13-12. Lauren Keller to throw it in to Hallie Shaver. Out there with Haley Lewis, Kelsey Shaver, and Autumn Wheatley making her first appearance. Keller on the outside right, dribbles right corner, picks up the dribble, lobs it back out over to Kelsey Shaver. Now to Keller. Hallie near midcourt will set up the Longmont offense when they get the basketball. DePanier's out there with Wetterstrom, Emma Carney, and the basketball on the left baseline. Lewis puts it up off the glass and misses from 5, and the ball is tipped around. Lewis has got it right back, and we've got a foul on Longmont. Riley Bolt, of course, also out there. The foul was committed by Shaylee Gray, making her first appearance. She's the 5th member out there for Longmont. Hallie Shaver to throw it in. Near the corner to Haley Lewis. Check that. Back out to Wheatley. Wheatley feeds it near the timeline to Hallie Shaver. Hallie with the basketball on the outside left to Keller, guarded closely over there by Riley Bolt. Dribbles towards the top, back out to Lewis. Mustangs using up time on this possession, leading by a point. Hands it off to Shaver in the lane. The floater's up and in. A left-handed shot for Hallie Shaver. That was a beautiful shot from about 10 feet away, and the Mustangs lead 15-12. 6:57 to go, second quarter from Fort Morgan. Left-handed dribble for Bolt across the timeline on the outside left. Picked up over there by Hallie Shaver. Crossover dribble, picks up the dribble. Bounce pass to the free throw line to Pandier. Now Wetterstrom dribbles right baseline against Keller. Jump pass back out to Bolt. Fakes a three. Steps into the lane all the way up and off the back of the rim and missed it. And the ball is loose. It's picked up on a hop by Kelsey Shaver, her second rebound. Now Hallie across the timeline. 4-on-4. Outside right to Wheatley. In the lane. Puts it up off the glass and misses from 5. Rebound to Shaver. She's trapped in the lane. She scoops and misses off to the left. And there's a loose ball. Picked up by Lewis. Banks and she misses. And now we got a tie for a rebound. Players go flying. And this will go to Longmont. The possession arrow is pointing in their direction. Mustangs have dominated the boards here. They've got 12 rebounds to 3 for Longmont. They also lead the game 15-12. 6:17 to go here in the opening half. For a college that will equip you to go anywhere, look no further than Northeastern at njc.edu. And Premier Farm Credit, supporting agriculture and rural communities for over 100 years. Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. Premier Farm Credit. Riley Bolt at the top, guarded over there by Griffith. On the outside right is Shaylee Gray. At the free throw line, Moriah Montez into the game. Hands it off to Riley Bolt. Crossover dribble. An excellent point guard leading the team at nearly 12 points a game. Gray at the free throw line, picked up by Lewis. Had the ball batted away by Lewis, but she gets it right back now to Bolt. Bolt against Griffith, looking for a pick. Crossover dribble, left of the lane. Back out, faking that shot is Shaylee Gray. On the outside right is Wetterstrom. Back out on the high left, Bolt spinning, looking. But the Mustangs right there, now to Montez. Montez on the outside right to Gray. Gray with the basketball, the Bolt at the top. 5.5 to go in the opening half. Fort Morgan 15, Longmont 12. At the free throw line to Pandier, down low, wide open. Wetterstrom banks and scores, and the Mustangs left her wide open. Annika Wetterstrom scores for the first time. It's 15-14. In the backcourt, Allie Christensen, baseball pass poked away, intercepted. This will be a layup off the glass and in for Shaylee Gray as Fort Morgan commits their 4th turnover of the game. Timeout called by Andy Schoen. Longmont now leads 16-15. The Mustang timeout brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, that's Ehrlich Toyota East. Hard break tonight for the Brush Beedinger girls in the Patriot League Tournament quarterfinals. They lost at Resurrection Christian 54-53. So Brush plays tomorrow night on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com in the consolation semifinals. More than likely a 5:30 start. That's if the boys go down to defeat tonight. But we'll see what happens in that game, which is already underway on KSIR and KSIR.com. Griffith in the backcourt, over to Shaver. Across the timeline, Hallie Shaver gets it over to Griffith. Trapped over there, back out to Hallie. Jump pass, right corner, Christensen three. Yes! Hallie Christensen drills the triple. And the Mustangs are back in the lead. 18-16. 4:39 to go, second quarter. Bolt at the top. Bounce pass, free throw line to Pandier. Lob down low. Wetterstrom. Reverse layup is blocked by Christensen. And then the ball was saved in by Shaylee Gray. Wetterstrom gets it back over to Bolt. They reset the offense. Riley Bolt right of the lane, straight away to Wetterstrom. She's not going to take that shot. On the outside right, Shaylee Gray, well behind the three-point line. Gray, bounce pass down low. Montez, she scoops it up and maybe partially blocked by one of the Shavers, and Hallie Shaver comes away with a basketball. Baseball pass, right baseline. Christensen misses from about 7 feet away. And the ball is rebounded by Annika Wetterstrom. Under 4 minutes to go, second quarter. Mustangs lead by 2. Bolt at the top of the basketball. Right corner to Pandier. Little 15-footer. That's an air ball. Hallie Christensen has the basketball for Fort Morgan. The outlet pass over to Hallie Shaver. Into the front court to Griffith. Wide open is Lewis. She banks and she misses. She gets it back and misses again. Haley Lewis then lost control of the basketball. Into the hands of Shaylee Gray. Oh, that was too easy for Haley. She scored 8 points in the opening quarter. Nothing so far in this one. 3.5 to go, second quarter. Fort Morgan 18, Longmont 16. On the outside right, Shaylee Gray with the basketball. Is going to bounce it over to Bolt. Bolt against Griffith. Mustangs had a big opportunity to go up by 4 there, but couldn't convert. Mariah Montes, chest pass outside right to Gray, guarded by Christensen. At the free throw line to Panier on the left wing for Bolt. Chest pass, cross court. Here is Wetterstrom, and the ball is poked away by Shaver out of bounds. Nice play there by Halley. Longmont retains possession. Back into the game are Samantha Wiley and Sydney Fixmer, along with Emma Carney. Those are 3 starters back in for Longmont. The Mustangs with Griffith along now into the game for Fort Morgan as Kelsey Callis. Lewis is out. Both Shavers in there along with Allie Christensen and Maddie Griffith. 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Here's Samantha Wiley at the top now for Carney. Lobs it down low for DePanier. Back out to Wiley. Takes a dribble. Back out. Wide open 3, Fixmer, and that's off to the right. And DePanier tries to save it in and does for Longmont, but she's trapped and then she bounces it right into the hands of Griffith. Only the second turnover for Longmont. Across the timeline for Fort Morgan is Hallie Shaver. On the outside left to Griffith, holding the ball up high, dribbling towards the top. Bounce pass, and the shot is missed over there. The putback by Callis, she misses again, and then the shot is up and in by Hallie Shaver. Boy, the Mustangs taking advantage of their opportunities that time, and they lead 20-16. They had 3 shots at the basket and finally scored. 2:13 to go, second quarter, opening round of the 4A state tournament from Fort Morgan High School. Here's the lob into the lane to Panier. Left baseline for Carney. Back out to Fixmer. Straight away for Wiley. Won't take that 3. 2 minutes to go, second quarter. On the outside right, Wetterstrom with the basketball. Right of the free throw line. Here is Carney. Left-handed dribble. Picks it up. Back out to Wiley behind the three-point line. Mustang defense is really tight here. Left-handed dribble stripped away beautifully by Griffith. Ball is loose on the floor. There's a tie-up. That should be Mustang possession. As Shaver went down to the floor, that is Kelsey along with Emma Carney. And the Mustangs have the basketball, looking to go up by perhaps 6 or 7. Fort Morgan led by 1 after the opening quarter. Equitable Savings and Loan, proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan. Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush. All right, down to 1:40 to go in the first half. Fort Morgan 20, Longmont 16. Across the timeline is Hallie Shaver on the outside right to Christensen. Lobs it to Shaver. Double team. Now they back off and she misses an air ball off to the left there. And the ball is into the hands of Sydney Fixmer of Longmont. Chest pass, front court. Here is Wetterstrom behind the three-point line. Picks up the dribble. Cross court, Wiley. Wide open right baseline. Great bounce pass inside, and there's a double dribble. A double dribble before the bounce pass made there by Shaylee Gray. This is a very clean basketball game. Both teams only have 4 turnovers. It's playoff basketball here in Fort Morgan. 1:10 to go. Here's the lob, front court for Griffith. Griffith lobs it, cross court, Christensen, wide open 3, and that's going to be well short. And the rebound into the hands of Wetterstrom. Here is Fixmer, 2-on-2, bounce pass Wetterstrom, and she's fouled as she tried to put up a shot there. She'll go to the line, Annika Wetterstrom. Mustangs got beat on the back end there, and the foul was committed by Hallie Shaver, her first. There's only been 5 total fouls here in the first half. Now the free throw by Wetterstrom is off to the left, not even close. Second free throw upcoming. This is one of 2 juniors on the squad. The other 7 that are here are seniors. That one is up, and that's off the back of the rim. And the ball is loose, and it's still loose. And the Mustangs go down to the floor, but it's picked up nicely by Hallie Shaver. Shaver for Fort Morgan, and she was fouled at midcourt there by Annika Wetterstrom, clearly frustrated by missing those 2 free throws. Only the 3rd team foul for Longmont. The Mustangs have 3 as well. Listen to the Mustang faithful on the other side. The pass is into Hallie Shaver. I think Fort Morgan might take the final shot here in the second quarter. 39 seconds to go. They're just trying to swing it around. On the outside left to Griffith. Dribbles towards the top. No, Griffith, free throw line, 15-footer. Good! Maddie Griffith scores! And the Mustangs now lead by 6. They've extended the lead with Haley Lewis on the bench. 23 seconds to go on the outside right. Fixburg gets a pick in the right corner. Back out to Carney. Carney right at the free throw line, lobs it in the lane. The ball is loose, and it's taken away by Maddie Griffith. Turnover number 5 for Longmont. 11 seconds to go. Hallie Shaver into the front court with 9, with 8. With the basketball now is Keller dribbling right baseline. Puts up a wild shot, misses. Callis has it. Oh, she missed an easy one. Now going back up and having the shot blocked is Autumn Wheatley. And the Mustangs again with opportunities, but could not score again there to end the first half. But a very productive second quarter for Fort Morgan as they lead at the break. 22-16 over the Longmont Trojans. It's a 3-minute break as this is the opening round of the Class 4A Girls State Basketball Tournament from Fort Morgan High School on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. John Beltran back with you as we begin the second half of this opening round 4A state tournament game from Fort Morgan High School. The Lady Mustangs lead Longmont 22-16. Samantha Wiley, Riley Bolt, Emma Carney, Ava DePanier, and Sydney Fixmer for Longmont. The Mustangs with Hallie Shaver, Kelsey Shaver, Allie Christensen, Maddie Griffith, and Haley Lewis. Longmont basketball to begin the second half. Here is Samantha Wiley. Wiley at the top. They wear their dark blue uniforms. I failed to mention that at the beginning. The Mustangs in their home whites. Wiley straight away, guarded by Christensen. Dribbles to her right, picks up the dribble. At the top for Bolt. Bolt lobs it down low to Panier, right of the lane. Dribbles right baseline, bounce pass, left corner, Fixmer with the basketball. Fixmer still dribbling left baseline now is Bolt. Back out to Fixmer, straight away to Wiley. Wiley to her right, at the top for Fixmer, on the outside left to Bolt. Bolt at the top for Carney. They're just moving it around. On the right wing to Wiley. Back on the left now, here is Fixmer, straight away to Wiley. They've chewed up over 45 seconds here in the opening possession without a shot. Bolt on the outside left to Wiley. Well, this would be great if Fort Morgan can put together a stop here after Longmont took up all this time on this possession. DePanier down low, turns, has the shot blocked! Blocked and into the hands of Kelsey Shaver. Boy, that's a great defensive play by Shaver. Not only did she block it, but she came away with the basketball. Here is Hallie Shaver at the top on the outside right for Griffith. Dribbles right baseline against Bolt, puts up a runner, throws up an air ball, and the ball is off the hands of Fixmer out of bounds. Fort Morgan retains possession. Mustang defense has been tremendous all night. 6:40 to go, third quarter. Fort Morgan 22, Longmont 16. On the outside left, Maddie Griffith, overhead pass, back out to Christensen, now near the timeline. Here is Hallie Shaver, left-handed dribble. Shaver over to Christensen, behind the three-point line. Crossover dribble on the left baseline, puts up a little 8-footer, good! Nice shot by Christensen, it got rim and it went down. Christensen now with 7. 1 point shy of Haley Lewis's total. Fort Morgan with their biggest lead, 24-16. On the outside right, Fixmer with the basketball, back out to DePanier. Swings it left side, Wiley fakes a 3, dribbles to her right. On the outside right, Fixmer dribbles towards the right baseline, jump pass intended for DePanier, intercepted by Maddie Griffith. Here comes Shaver crossing midcourt. Mustangs can take a double-digit lead. Shaver back out to Griffith. Griffith dribbles towards the top. Against Riley Bolt, bounce pass over to Shaver. Hallie Shaver with the basketball, outside right to Christensen. Christensen looking for a cutter. Boy, she forced a pass. That was a terrible pass. And it's intercepted over there by Emma Carney. DePanier, lob inside, poked out of bounds for Lewis. That was a forced pass intended for Carney. Longmont to throw it in. 5.5 to go, third quarter. Fort Morgan by 8. Bank of Colorado, member FDIC, a proud supporter of local sports and academics. Let's see if Coach Mike Noss makes a substitution for Longmont. Nope, I think they're just wiping off a wet spot to the left of the Longmont bench. And to throw it in will be Wiley. In the left corner to Fixmer. Dribbles to her right towards the top of the three-point circle. Nearly carried the basketball, maintains the dribble. Mustangs in a 2-3, it looks like right now. At the top for Carney, on the outside left for Wiley with a chest pass. Dribbles to her right, left to the free throw line, outside right. 3 is up, and that's an air ball out of bounds. Missed by Tara Hitchcock, who just came into the game. And she missed it badly. Lauren Keller is in for Hallie Shaver. I mean, Longmont hasn't come close in their first 2 possessions. And Fort Morgan's also forced a turnover. Lauren Keller in the backcourt, still looking, dribbles. Now over to Griffith. Griffith across the timeline, picks up the dribble, overhead pass to Keller. On the outside left, down low, Lewis has the shot blocked out of there. Lewis gets it left baseline, puts it back up, throws it up and misses wildly. Lewis back up again, and looks like she was fouled as bodies go flying, but Lewis has got a pump fake. Yeah, Haley Lewis she's been fierce out there grabbing those boards, but she's not pump faking at all, and they're stuffing it right back in her face. But because she's so determined, Lewis is coming up with a basketball, and she earns a trip to the line. And the foul was committed by Eva DePanier. Haley Lewis will not be denied here for Fort Morgan. And the free throw is up, and that one is in. Haley Lewis scores for the first time since the opening quarter, and the Mustangs now lead by 9, 25-16. Second free throw upcoming. And that is up, and that one's going to be short and off to the right. The ball is loose, and it's picked up over there by Kelsey Shaver. Lauren Keller bounce pass. Lewis turns, banks, and she misses, in and out. And the ball is rebounded over there by Tara Hitchcock across the timeline. 4:39 to go, third quarter, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Shaver into the Longmont bench. 3/4 court. Longmont retains possession. Yeah, Haley's gotten cold. But you know what? That's how good this team is. She doesn't have to play at her best for this team to excel. She does have plenty of help out there. Free throw line, Carney with a basketball, and then she's fouled. Foul was committed by Lauren Keller. That's her first. And to throw it in will be Wiley to the left of the basket. Wiley looking, lobs it into the lane intended for Carney, poked away, but it's taken to there by Hitchcock, and then she traveled. Hitchcock commits the 7 turnover for Longmont. Mustang basketball, they lead by 9. I mean, they can really break this game open right now. Maddie Griffith in the backcourt with the basketball. Now in the front court to Lewis. Lewis double team, dribbles out of traffic. Lewis, jump pass, left corner Christensen, fakes that shot, left of the lane, kicks it back out to Griffith. And the Mustangs will reset this offense. Maddie Griffith on the outside right to Lauren Keller. Keller with the basketball, dribbles right in the lane, all the way up the glass and in! Lauren Keller drives and scores! And the Mustangs now lead by 11. It's 27-16. Timeout, Longmont. We'll take it with them. 3:55 to go, third quarter of the opening round of the 4A Girls State Basketball Tournament. It's a 1-minute break. Fort Morgan 27, Longmont 16 on B106 and B106.com. Out of the timeout, Longmont basketball. They're down by 11, and they scored just 4 points in the last 12-plus minutes of the game, dating back to the beginning moments of the second quarter. Samantha Wiley on the outside right, behind the three-point line. Back out to Hitchcock, looking down low to DePanier. She banks and scores from about 5 feet away for DePanier. That stops the Longmont slump. They're down by 9, though. 27-18 with 3:29 to go, third quarter. Hallie Shaver picks up the dribble on the outside right to Wheatley. Wheatley dribbles right baseline. Now she maintains the dribble. Kicks it back out to Lewis straight away. Lewis with a left-handed dribble is going to hand it off to Shaver. Left in the lane, left baseline for Shaver. She's trapped, bounce pass over to Keller. 10-footer is off the back of the rim and in. It took a high bounce, and Lauren Keller has 7 in the game. The sophomore has made her last 2 shots, and the Mustangs are back up by 11. 29-18, 2:55 to go, third quarter. Lob down low for Carney. She fell down, lost the basketball out of bounds. The turnover for Longmont is their 8th. Here comes Fort Morgan the other way. No pressure applied in the backcourt. Autumn Wheatley is out, and back into the game is Maddie Griffith. Kelsey Callis also in. So Haley Lewis will take a breather. Across the timeline is Hallie Shaver. Crossover dribble. Outside right chest pass for Griffith. Dribbles towards the top. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass on the high right to Shaver. That's Kelsey. Straight away to Callis. Callis is going to hand it off to Hallie. Hallie Shaver at the top for Kelsey. Kelsey hands it off to Keller. Keller behind the three-point line. Straight away for Callis. Callis left-handed dribble. Bounces it over to Griffith at the free throw line. Back out on the underhand bounce pass to Hallie Shaver. Now here is Hallie in the lane. Left-handed shot is off the front of the rim, but the ball is off of Wetterstrom out of bounds. So the Mustangs retain possession, and back into the game for Longmont is Mariah Montez with Fort Morgan up 29-18, 2:15 to go, third quarter. Hallie Shaver looking, still looking, got to get rid of it, does, near the top to Lauren Keller. Keller against Annika Wetterstrom, left-handed dribble behind the three-point line, picks up the dribble at the top for Hallie. Hallie with the basketball, approaching the 2-minute mark of the third. Outside right, Griffith dribbles by one all the way off the glass, too strong, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. I think that went off of Wetterstrom, it did. Mustangs again retain possession with 1:59 to go in the third. Lauren Keller on the offensive end, well off to the right of the basket to throw it in. Over to Callis. Overhead pass near the top. Here is Hallie Shaver. Left-handed dribble, and then she's fouled by Riley Bolt. Bolt commits her first. Again, if Fort Morgan hangs on, they would play on Friday night in Colorado Springs against Whitefield. The trigger it in is Hallie Shaver over to Callis. Bounce pass down low for Griffith. Turn, shoots, and misses off the front of the rim on the hook shot. And the rebound to DePanier. Longmont still only has 2 points between the second and third quarters combined. We're down to 1:36 to go. On the outside right with the basketball is Bolt. At the free throw line, DePanier. Will she put it up? She will. 15-footer is around and no good. And Lauren Keller grabs the rebound for Fort Morgan. There's the outlet to Hallie Shaver. She can dribble very well with both hands. Shaver right-handed dribble across the timeline. Back out to her left to Keller behind the three-point line. Keller nearly had the ball stripped. Picks up the dribble. Looking. Lauren Keller back out to Kelsey Shaver to her right. 1:08 to go. Hands it off to Hallie. Back out to Callis straight away. Callis on the left-handed dribble. Hands it off to Griffith. Bounce pass on the outside right to Hallie Shaver. Check that. That's Kelsey. Now over to Keller. And then Keller's bounce pass is knocked away by Longmont in the backcourt. Picked up by Callis into the front court to Keller. Mustangs get a break. Left baseline. Griffith puts up a 15-foot rainbow air ball. Eva DePanier has the rebound, or just the board, which really didn't hit the board at all for Longmont. On the outside left, Wetterstrom, 36 seconds to go. Third quarter. Wetterstrom left baseline. Throws it into the backcourt. That'll be an over and back as Wiley chases it down. 9th turnover for the Trojans. Haley Lewis is into the game along now with Whitney Frasco making her first appearance. And this game is moving along very quickly. With only 30.4 seconds to go, Fort Morgan outscored Longmont 9-4 in the second quarter, 7-2 so far here in the third. Keller at the top with a left-handed dribble, swings it back out to Lewis. Haley Lewis over to Shaver, now to Maddie Griffith, 17 seconds to go. Frasco with a basketball, looks up at the clock with 12. Frasco left-handed dribble, back out to Hallie Shaver with 8, left of the lane. Kicks it back out. Griffith, long shot from 3. No. Rebound, Lewis. Banks, and she left it well short. Keller goes for the rebound. She's trapped underneath, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Fort Morgan, 29, Longmont 18. It's a 1-minute break as you are listening to the 4A State Tournament on B106 and B106.com. All right, let's head to the fourth quarter. The Mustangs lead Longmont 29-18. Hallie Christensen into Hallie Shaver out there with Whitney Frasco, Maddie Griffith, and Haley Lewis. Hallie Shaver guarded by Samantha Wiley. Out there with Emma Carney, Ava DePanier, Shaylee Gray, and Riley Bolt, who intercepts the pass. 6 turnover for Fort Morgan. Bolt left to the free throw line behind her back. Hands it back off to Gray. Straight away, Wiley fakes a 3, steps into the lane, all the way, has the shot blocked, but she's fouled. Wiley to the line. Foul was committed by Haley Lewis, her first. And to the line is Samantha Wiley. The Wiley free throw is off the back of the rim. Yeah, the Mustang faithful not encouraging her to make the free throw, as you can hear the in your head chant. And here we go again in 1 second. Second free throw is good. The Mustang lead is down to 10, 29-19. 7.5 to go in the opening round of the 4A state tournament. Hallie Shaver on the outside left to Griffith. Griffith looking down low, dribbles. Can't get it to Lewis. Over to Kelsey Shaver, back out to Christensen. On the outside right, here is Hallie Shaver. Dribbles right baseline, puts it up and had the shot blocked. No, it was an air ball. Boy, that's a weird angle that she missed it from. For somebody not to get a hand on it, it was an air ball to the right of the basket. It'll be Longmont basketball. And yeah, Andy Schoen thinks that ball was blocked. He's given the deflection sign. Ava DePanier took a shot there to the nose, but she's okay. Longmont looking to cut this down to 8 or 7 points. Bolt across the timeline. Riley Bolt at the top, picked up by Shaver, dribbles to her right behind her back, and Hallie Shaver then fouled her. Tried to strip it away. Second foul on Shaver. The Mustangs have committed 3 team fouls, 2 for Longmont. With 6:54 to go in the game. Fort Morgan 29, Longmont 19. Inbounds pass here to Shaylee Gray. Gray back out to Wiley. The offense obviously has been limited for Longmont. They scored 12. This was a 13-12 game after 1. Backing up, the shot is up and off to the right. And the rebound is controlled by Maddie Griffith. It was missed over there by Bolt. Away with the basketball. Here is Shaver on the outside left to Christensen. The 3 is up. Good! Holy mahungus, Allie Christensen with a wide open triple. And now we got a whistle. But apparently no foul was called, but Allie Christensen nails the 3. And the Mustangs now have a 13-point lead, 32-19. Christensen with 10 in the game. 6:19 to go in the opening round of this 4A state tournament. With the basketball is Wiley. This Fort Morgan defense has been incredible tonight. Over to Riley Bolt. On the outside right to Shaylee Gray. Lobs it down low to Panier. Little 8-footer is off the back of the rim. And the rebound into the hands of Carney. And now the 3 in the corner. Good by Riley Bolt. Her first point since the first quarter. Down to a 10-point game, 32-22, with 5:49 to go from Fort Morgan. Hallie Shaver across the timeline on the outside left to Griffith. Griffith bounce pass inside Lewis, banks and scores. Haley Lewis off the fade there from Griffith. She's got 11. And a timeout called by Andy Schoen. With the Mustangs up by 12, 34-22. Brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. The Mustangs with a 12-point lead with 5:40 to go in the game. Lewis with 11, Christensen with 10, Keller with 7. It's a very balanced effort for Fort Morgan here. Ava DePanier and Riley Bolt have 6 points to lead Longmont. So let's see what happens. The Mustangs can hold down Longmont here, as Longmont has scored a total of 10 points in the last 18 minutes and 20 seconds. It's outstanding defense by Fort Morgan. Reset the lineup to Panier, Carney, along with Fixmer, Shaylee Gray, and Riley Bolt for Longmont. The Mustangs with Haley Lewis, Maddie Griffith, Allie and Kelsey, or Hallie that is, and Kelsey Shaver and Allie Christensen. It'll be Longmont basketball. Down by a dozen. Riley Bolt across the timeline. Mustangs going for their 12th consecutive win. On the outside right to Fixmer. Dribbles to her right. Gets a pick in the corner for Carney. Carney, left-handed dribble. Looked like she traveled. No whistle. Down low to Panier. Dribbles right baseline. Fades. Shoots and misses off the front of the rim. The ball is tipped into the hands of Hallie Shaver of Fort Morgan. Here comes Shaver into the front court. Shaver on the outside right to Griffith. Griffith back out to Shaver. On the outside left here is Allie Christensen behind the three-point line. Swings it back at the top for Griffith. On the outside right, Hallie Shaver with the basketball. Left-handed dribble. Cross court to Griffith. She'll put up a long one. Good! For Maddie Griffith. She scores inside the three-point line. And the Mustangs lead by 14. 36-22 after Maddie Griffith's bucket. She's got 4 in the game. 4:43 to go from Fort Morgan High School in the opening round of this 4A state tournament. On the outside right is Shaylee Gray. Dribbles right baseline, and the ball is poked out of bounds by Griffith. Longmont retains possession. I don't know if Longmont can score 14 points in the final 4.5. They've only got 22 in the first 27.5 minutes of this game. Inbounds pass over to Carney. Check that. That's Fixmer now to Riley Bolt. Bolt's going to have to get hot. She leads the team at 11 points a game. Bounce pass outside right to Panier. Fakes that shot. Back out to Fixmer. Gets a pick. Picks up her dribble. Now to Bolt. 4:16 to go. Annika Wetterstrom into the game. Free throw line to Panier. Back out to Bolt. Wide open long three. Yes. Riley Bolt drills the triple. It's an 11-point game. 36-25. Haley Lewis across the timeline. 2-on-1. Lewis all the way. Banks and misses, but she's fouled. Haley Lewis to shoot 2. She was bodied up as the Mustangs beat the pressure, and the foul was committed by Ava DePanier, her second. Haley Lewis has attempted the only free throws for Fort Morgan tonight. She's made all 3. And this free throw is up and around and good. Actually, she did miss one. Correction, she did miss one earlier. She's 4 out of 5 for the line. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. AC Ice. Second free throw for Lewis is up, and that one is short. And the ball is tipped around, and Maddie Griffith comes away with a basketball. Back out to Hallie Shaver. Mustangs reset. 3:51 to go. Fort Morgan 37, Longmont 25. And we got a timeout called, I believe, by Andy Schoen. 30-second timeout. Brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Yeah, the story of the game tonight is the Fort Morgan defense. They have scored at opportune times. But what they have done defensively has been incredible. Even when Riley Bolt hit that three-pointer, she had to hit it from about 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point line. And Fort Morgan is on top of Longmont at virtually every opportunity. For the Mustangs up by 12 out of the timeout. Fixmer, along with DePandier, Wetterstrom, Bolt, and Tara Hitchcock back into the game for Longmont. The Mustangs with both Shavers out there. Maddie Griffith to throw it in. Lauren Keller and Haley Lewis. Griffith looking. Bounces it into Hallie Shaver. Left-handed dribble on the outside left. Had the ball poked away by Hitchcock. Gets it right back. Drives. Scores off the glass with a left hand all the way for Hallie Shaver. She's got 6. And the Mustangs lead by 14, 39-25. 3.5 to go in this opening round 4A state tournament game. Fixmer at the top for DePanier, and the outside left for Bolt. Parking lot 3, and she missed it off to the left. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by Kelsey Shaver. And Longmont retains possession. Again, this is Fort Morgan's biggest lead of 14. Fixmer's wide open in the corner, but DePanier gets it into Wetterstrom, who throws up a 10-footer and misses, and Lauren Keller comes away with a rebound. It was short. Then a steal by Bolt in the backcourt, but she was on the baseline. Fort Morgan got away with that one. Keller to throw it in, and they're applying the backcourt pressure with 3:15 to go, and Fort Morgan up by 14. Let's see if maybe a baseball pass is in order. Keller looking, got to get rid of it, does in the backcourt to Lewis. Lewis, left-handed dribble across midcourt, picks up the dribble, she traveled. She took a couple of hop steps there. Turnover number 7 for Fort Morgan. They've taken care of the basketball very nicely. Yeah, Longmont's got to score in virtually every possession. And Mike Noss now calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here. 3:07 to go. Fort Morgan 39, Longmont 25. Colorado Plains Medical Center has experienced physicians and a highly trained surgical team trained in the latest surgical procedures. Explore what procedures are possible at Colorado Plains Medical Center. Mustangs are just 3 minutes and 7 seconds away from advancing to the second round of the state tournament against a 15-seed Whitefield on Friday night in Colorado Springs. And I have that game for you right here on B106 and B106.com. We'll have the game tomorrow night as well. That's the 4A Boys State Tournament game, as Fort Morgan is entertaining Air Academy. I got to tell you, I don't know, there's been a time in recent years that both the boys and girls have won an opening round state tournament game. This could be the year. It'll be Mustang basketball up by 14. Or check that, Longmont basketball. They did call the timeout on the outside left. It's Hitchcock back out to Wetterstrom. Swings it right side to Bolt. Bolt lobs it down low for Wetterstrom, but we had a push. And that push was by Haley Lewis away from the basketball. Second foul for Lewis. The Mustangs with 14 fouls. There's the lob towards the top. Here is Wetterstrom with the basketball. Dribbles to her right, lost control, and is taken away by Shaver. And then we got a traveling violation on Shaver. Yeah, if you're Fort Morgan, forget about taking shots here. Just play defense. They're going to have to foul you. Longmont has to extend the game down by 14. For Fort Morgan, that was their 8th turnover. Longmont has 10. All unofficial. Riley Bolt between her legs, picked up by Shaver on the outside right. Hitchcock dribbles right baseline, picks up the dribble, back out to Bolt. Well behind the three-point line. Crossover dribble, picked up by Maddie Griffith on a switch. On the outside left, Carney back out to Bolt, fakes the three. Shaver right on top of her, and then Keller picks her up. Here is Carney into the lane. Here is Hitchcock all the way, left-handed layup, scores. Right off the glass there for Tara Hitchcock. 39-27, 2:18 to go. Christensen right baseline, forces up a shot and blocked. I don't know why she took that shot. Right into the face of DePanier. With the basketball is Tara Hitchcock. Now to Fixmer. Lob down low for Fixmer. Banks scores and a foul on Fort Morgan. Yeah, the Mustangs don't need to shoot that quickly. Longmont converted that quickly, and Keller committed the foul, her second. Now it's down to a 10-point game, 2:05 to go. I mean, you don't have to be that aggressive on the offensive end, and Allie Christensen made a sophomore mistake there, not taking any time off the clock, and then throwing up a shot that she had really no shot to make into a defender. But again, that's why Coach Schoen is calling the timeout, brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Not specifically for her, but specifically for the team, to tell them, hey, they've got to foul us. Let's not extend the game for them. Fort Morgan was just up by 14. Now it's down to 10 as Longmont is on a brief 4-0 run. And a free throw is coming up here for Sydney Fixmer. Mustangs have led for virtually the entire way. They trailed by a point in the first quarter, late in the first, before they reclaimed the lead, and they haven't looked back since. Longmont still waiting on the court. Fort Morgan still in front of their bench. Here comes Hallie and Kelsey Shaver, Maddie Griffith, Haley Lewis, and Allie Christensen. Sydney Fixmer with a free throw. It's good. And it's a single-digit game, 39-30 Fort Morgan. Samantha Wiley is in for Riley Bolt. Oh, Bolt has only committed one foul. That's their best shooter. So that's basically a substitution only for defense. Christensen, baseball pass towards Lewis. She flags it down on the right baseline. Lewis is going to have to kick it back out and does to Maddie Griffith. Smart play by Fort Morgan. Nice pass there by Christensen. Into the front court. Hallie Shaver with the basketball on the outside left for Christensen. A minute 51 to go in the game. Christensen right at the free throw line. Hands it off to Kelsey Shaver. Shaver right-handed dribble. Hands it off to Hallie. Hallie back out to Lewis. A minute 41 to go. And Longmont only has 3 team fouls. Now that's 4. Foul committed by DePanier, her third. We've got an even 100 seconds to go in the game. Fort Morgan 39, Longmont 30. Mustang basketball, 3/4 court to the right of the bench. Griffith to throw it in. Lobs it down low, but that's a terrible pass. Intercepted by Carney, intended for Haley Lewis. I mean, totally forced. Again, the Mustangs don't need to force things. They don't want to give it over to Longmont without making them earn it. But they've made a couple of mistakes here in the waning moments. Wiley behind the three-point line, but the Mustang defense has been so good. And then Wiley had the ball stripped off her leg out of bounds. I'm telling you, that has made up for any mistakes Fort Morgan has made. They have been so good defensively with minor exceptions that anytime they make a minor mistake on offense, they make up for it on defense. There's a foul in the backcourt. DePanier bodies up Kelsey Shaver. That's her 4th foul. And that's the 15th foul, so Longmont still has to commit 2 more to get Fort Morgan to the line. We're down to a minute 19 to go. The Mustangs lead by 9. Christensen in the backcourt to Kelsey Shaver. Now to Hallie, still in the backcourt. Spinning underneath her own basket, fouled by Sydney Fixmer. That's her first, team 6th. Now Fort Morgan will be going to the line with this foul with a minute 14 to go. Maddie Griffith is out and Lauren Keller is in. Griffith to throw it in. Oh, check that. She just went out. Christensen to throw it in, John. Over to Lewis. Lewis in the backcourt over to Christensen. Christensen lost the ball and is still loose. And then she gets it back over to Shaver. Front court to Lewis. The Mustangs had the deflection go their way. Lewis swings it back out to Kelsey. I can't believe Longmont's not fouling. We're down to 57 seconds to go. Over to Hallie Shaver with a left-handed dribble. Shaver lobs it left wing for Lewis. Lewis left baseline all the way. Jump pass to Christensen in the right corner. She will not shoot. And then she had the ball stripped away, loose on the floor. And Carney's down there trying to get rid of it. Timeout Longmont. So Fort Morgan commits their 5th turnover of the quarter. Only their 10th of the game. But you know what? I don't know what Longmont was doing there. Yeah, they've come up with a basketball, but there's only 43 seconds to go. Fort Morgan ate up 31 seconds, even though they lost possession of the ball. So Longmont's got to score now. If not, the Mustangs are headed for Colorado Springs on Friday. They need 3 threes here. The Mustangs are in business right now. Up 39-30. Yeah, at this point, it would take a collapse that, with the way Fort Morgan's playing tonight, that's not going to happen. Because they have really put the clamps. They have really put the clamps on this Longmont offense. It'll be Longmont basketball. This is KPRB, Brush Fort Morgan, Morgan County's B106. Here comes Riley Bolt across the timeline. 38 seconds to go. Bolt right to the lane, all the way, off the glass, and in! Riley Bolt scores. She's got 8 in the quarter, 39-32, and with 30.6 seconds to go, Shaver is fouled. That's Hallie Shaver. 17 foul. And Longmont is not going away. Shaver with the front end of the 1-and-1. The free throw is up and in, out, and in. Friendly roll there for Hallie Shaver. Now the Mustangs getting into a more comfortable position here. Second free throw is up, and that one is around and good. And Fort Morgan now leads by 9 again. 27 seconds to go. Bolt right into the lane, behind her back. Had the ball stripped, taken away by Carney. Here's Hitchcock. Hitchcock, desperation dribble. Back out to Fixmer. Now Bolt with 17 seconds. Left wing three, good! Holy mahungus, Bolt has 3 triples in the quarter. Fort Morgan is up by 6. 10 seconds to go. Front court pass to Kelsey Shaver. Kelsey Shaver then is fouled by DePanier, and Fort Morgan's going to win the game despite the rally by Longmont. They're going to win this basketball game, but Longmont would not go away. DePanier has fouled out with 6 points. And once again, we'll have a Shaver at the line. This time it's Kelsey Shaver, who has not scored tonight. And the free throw is up and perfect. Second free throw upcoming for Shaver. Mustangs lead by 7. That one's up and good. Well, they've hit their free throws, 5 out of 6 in the quarter. Here is Fixmer over to Bolt. She'll probably take another 3. Dribbles to her right, backs up, long 3 is in and out. Haley Lewis grabs the rebound, and the Fort Morgan Mustangs are into the second round of the 4A state tournament as they defeat the Longmont Trojans tonight in Fort Morgan, 43-35. Let's take a 3-minute break. 3 minutes on B106 and B106.com. Mustang Post-Game Show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine, believe, and achieve your goals. That's Morgan Community College. The Fort Morgan Mustangs pick up their 12th consecutive victory as they defeat the Longmont Trojans in the opening round of the 4A state tournament. Final score 43-35 as the Mustangs led 13-12 after 1, 22-16 at the break, and then they were up 29-18 after 3, and then put together a fourth quarter in which they scored 14 points, but Longmont got hot with 17 points as the Mustangs improved to 18-6 on the season. The visiting Trojans got 14 points from Riley Bolt, but their leading scorer didn't get going until the fourth quarter when she scored 11. 8 points in the game from Sydney Fixmer, 6 for Ava DePanier, and then 2 apiece for Annika Wetterstrom, Tara Hitchcock, and Shaylee Gray. 1 free throw for Samantha Wiley. The Mustangs got 12 points from Haley Lewis. 8 of those in the opening quarter, 10 from Allie Christensen. 8 points in the game from Hallie Shaver. Lauren Keller had 7. And then 4 points from Maddie Griffith and 2 from Kelsey Shaver. The Mustangs were incredible on the boards, unofficially out-rebounding the Longmont Trojans by a 31-14 margin. Haley Lewis had 8 rebounds in the game. Longmont got 3 from DePanier. 10 turnovers in the game for Fort Morgan, 5 of those in the fourth quarter, so they got a little bit sloppy. And 11 for Longmont. Longmont's season comes to an end with a record of 10-14. While the Mustangs again improved to 18-6. We're going to see, going to walk around the arena and see if we can get a word here with head coach Andy Schoen. The Mustangs attempted 10 free throws tonight and made 8. And Longmont 4 out of 9 in the game, as they only shot 44% from the line. And again, that's where the experience, Fort Morgan's experience being here last year, certainly paid off in winning this game tonight by a score of 43-35. So let's see if we can get a quick word here with Coach Schoen, live from Fort Morgan High School. My buddy Brandon Bull. Well, he's not going to call him my buddy here, but anyway, let's talk to Coach Schoen here for just after the Mustangs pulled away here for a 43-35 victory here on B106 and B106.com. And the Mustangs will be headed to Whitefield coming up on Friday night. They'll take on the 15-seed Whitefield, which is 18-5 on the season. John Beltran here on the postgame show with head coach Andy Schoen. Coach, tell me about what you thought about your team's effort. Obviously, defensively tonight, I mean, you were shutting down Longmont, especially after that first quarter. What were you doing so well? It looked like a lot of switch defense, a lot of help defense was very effective for your team.
Yeah, we got a hold of a couple films, and we knew that they had a really good ball handler in 30. They had a couple good posts, they're in 20 and 11. So our biggest thing was to communicate as well as we possibly could, stop the penetration, and take our chances with their shots outside.
What about on the offensive end? You had 13 points in the opening quarter. Then it seemed like both offenses really stopped, especially Longmont's. They only scored about 6 points over the second and third quarters, and even Haley, after she had the 8-point first quarter, was not on her A game offensively until she had a bucket in the fourth there.
Yeah, they play tremendous defense as well, and we knew it was going to be kind of a knockdown, drag-out fight, especially on both ends when it came to the defensive side. So we were trying to execute our stuff. I think we got some good looks. We missed some bunnies. Legs were a little bit of a factor just because we were having to play so hard on the defensive end. But, we'd like to execute a little bit better offensively, but overall, we just stressed that defense, and I think it kept us in it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, defense won the game. What about taking care of the basketball? You ended up unofficially with 10 turnovers, but only 5 over the first 3, and that seemed to be a key as well.
Yeah, we had a couple coming down the stretch that we'd like to, again, obviously clean up. But, we tried to make sure that we were taking care of the presses that they're going to throw at us, both half court and full court. And just make sure that we had all of our parts moving, not being standing there. Anything
you took away from last year's opening game, a 4-point loss to Canyon City? Those juniors became seniors, and obviously they had to be thinking about that a little bit tonight and just overcoming that and not having that duplicate itself here this year in 2018.
We didn't really talk about, last year at all necessarily. We just kind of tried to do our film study on them, and we knew that it was going to be a tough opponent coming in. And I just think that we got great leadership from top to bottom. Our seniors have got a ton of experience. Some of those guys have been playing for 3 years, starting for us. So, they really led the way. I think it was just their leadership and maturity from those guys and trickled down to the rest of the girls.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's head coach Andy Schoen after the Mustangs won the opening round 4A state tournament game tonight, taking out the Longmont Trojans 43-35 at Fort Morgan High School for the Mustangs. They win their 12th consecutive game. This is one of the longest winning streaks, obviously, in school history. And Fort Morgan has not lost since a Saturday loss in Johnstown to the Roosevelt Rough Riders. And now, they have been on fire. And as Coach Schoen said, the defense certainly won the game for them tonight. So the Mustangs, the 18 seed, will take on the 15 seed Whitefield coming up on Friday night. We'll have the game for you. Time to be determined on Friday night on B106 and B106.com. Sound engineer and producer doing a great job as always. Will be at the controls tomorrow night as well. That's Emily Hernandez. Brian Nickel and Corey Riddle will be with you tomorrow night when the Mustang boys at 7 o'clock face Air Academy in the opening round of that 4A state tournament on B106 and B106.com. Mustang Player of the Game. Let's get to that. Mustang Player of the Game is brought to you by Transwest Chevrolet Buick, serving Northeast Colorado in Fort Morgan and Sterling. They have a great selection of new and used vehicles at Transwest Chevrolet Buick. It's really tough here because defense won the game tonight. You can give it to virtually everybody on defense. I don't necessarily give it to the leading scorer, especially in a game like this. But Lauren Keller did have some clutch baskets there in the third quarter when Fort Morgan opened up a double-digit lead. Was very good on defense along with her teammates. So Lauren Keller, a sophomore, is the Transwest Chevrolet Buick Player of the Game, serving Northeast Colorado and Fort Morgan and Sterling. Again, a great selection of new and used vehicles. I'm John Beltran with a final score once again tonight in Fort Morgan in the opening round of this 4A Girls State Basketball Tournament. Fort Morgan 43, Longmont 35 on B106 and B106.com.